Hello, and welcome to the Crux Supplier Spotlight. I'm Philip Britton, the founder of Crux Informatics, and today we're joined by Sam Sundara of Six. Welcome, Sam. Thanks very much for joining us. So tell us what you do.
Thanks, Philip. Yeah, hi, my name is Sam Sundara. I run a function called Future Business at Six. It's a great title, but what does it actually mean? There's two elements. One is that I run the global partner practice, and the second thing is how we collaborate and innovate with our partners. And for those that don't know Six, we're a European financial services firm. We own the Swiss and Spanish stock exchanges. We own the CSDs in both of those markets. We're in a banking services business which runs the Swiss National Bank's core systems, the ATM network, and the card payment systems in Switzerland and surrounding markets. We're in a digital asset exchange and crypto exchange called SDX, which launches later this year. And then we have a global data business, which is the bit that I work in.
Terrific. So tell us a little bit about your data products and the offerings that you have in that business.
Yeah, I mean, data is the new oil, right? And it's an exciting place to be. I mean, we focus on asset servicing, and we've been doing that, believe it or not, for 90 years. And that's corporate actions, reference data, security master, and price data. And really what we've seen is the demands for that are really increasing in the front and middle office due to regulations driving front and middle office close to the back office. So we're seeing increasing demands for this data set that we've historically serviced to the asset servicing and back office. But it's interesting because the data is really used in new ways, right? The use cases aren't the same, the consumption requirements aren't the same, nor are the commercial models. They're also different, right? So how do we support that? And working with companies like Crux is how we do that.
Terrific. So you talk about new use cases. Who traditionally has been the main types of customers who use this data, and where do you see growth? What kinds of new types of customers are you finding have interest in your data products?
Yeah, so typically we supply, big data feeds, robust data feeds into core banking systems and core asset management systems, right? Global tier one banks, global tier one asset managers. And that's great, and that's what we do really, really well. We do the heavy lifting behind the scenes in the data supply chain. However, the driver for that now is the real growth areas is front and middle office, as I say, and it's new areas like trading, it's the quant teams, the data science teams, it's the risk areas. Risk is a huge one, it's the compliance areas, but what they need is not just the core asset data. They need alternative data, they need ESG, and we're making a big push into all of that, but linking it to the core asset data and then delivering it out to our clients in these new ways. What we don't have is the multiple cloud APIs, the multiple cloud delivery, the data transformation, the data wrangling, and that's what you guys do really well, right? So that's why the partnership makes sense. The partnership is strategic. It makes sense for our clients. You solve a genuine problem for us and for them, and for us, it's a win-win-win.
That is terrific and fascinating. I'm curious what you think is particularly unique and exciting about your data offerings.
Well, one reason why we've existed for such a long time, Philip, is that we really focus on quality. Really think about quality, how that flows through our systems, and we have this process of continual improvement, and so we're always looking at delivering data quality, which is one of the biggest challenge after consuming the data and engineering to get the data feeds. It's the data quality, right? And then it's the linkage of this data to the central core security universe and entity universe that we have, right? And we do all that. We do that heavy lifting, so the clients don't have to. The bit that we don't do is transform that data into a client's own data model. We have a proprietary data model like any vendor, but that's what you're helping us with, really to help that transformation, to make it easier for clients to consume our data in other areas of the business.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, and you've touched on this a little bit, but it's great to have you working with Crux. why did you start working with Crux, and where do you see the biggest, advantages of doing so?
Yeah, I mean it's a great question, and actually it was one of your clients, and our common clients who were using you, and they were using us, and they said, why don't we deliver via Crux, because actually we're moving everything to Crux. So we did that, and that's where the relationship started, kind of 24 months ago. And as we've been ramping up, and as we've been doing more and more in the front and middle office, it now makes sense to do more with Crux. And as we now want, we want to leverage some of the historical data assets that we have across the data business and across the group, kind of makes sense to do more with Crux, to utilize your infrastructure, your plumbing, your data engineering skills, because that's not what we do, right? Our expertise is elsewhere. So let's bring the two companies together in order to better service our clients.
Terrific. Makes a lot of sense. This last year has been a unique one for all of us, with the pandemic and all the changes, some short term, perhaps some longer term, that has brought about. What observations or interesting lessons learned do you feel you have from the last 12 months?
Yeah, I was thinking about this, really for us, our clients didn't slow down in 2020, so neither did we. In fact, we got a new CEO on called Marion Leslie, who from a competitor. We changed our strategy, we made some acquisitions and some investments, we realigned some of our business units, and to really focus on our customers and what our customers needed. And we accelerated in 2020. Our customers were trying to maintain their competitive advantage, so we made sure that we were able to support them in their businesses, right? That's what we do. We couldn't slow down. And, our customers have evolved. They changed their operating models, they changed their business models. They're focused very differently on their customer base now. And I think one thing we saw from our customers was, and we've sort of adopted the same approach, is that they're focusing less on what their competitors are doing, more on their customers. And we really did the same.
Yeah, terrific. Well, Sam, thank you very much for joining us today. And thanks to everyone for listening in. If you have any questions at all about SIX or about Crux, please just send an email to data@cruxinformatics.com. Thanks again, and stay safe.